بداية الله يمسكم بالخير جميعا. والله ليش ليش نخاف مدام فلسطين للكل صغار وكبار والشيوخ والشباب يا ويلي يا زريف الطول وقفت اقول لك رايح على الغربة وبلادك أحسن لك. يا زريف الطول وقفت أقول لك رايح على الغربة وبلادك أحسن لك. خايف يا زريف الطموح تتملك، خايف يا زريف الطموح تتملك، تعاشر الليل وتنساني أنا. يا زريف الطول يا سن الضحوك اللي رامي في دلالة مكربه. يا زريف الطول يوم الغراب، يا زريف الطول يوم الغراب. شعر راسي شاب ظهري انحنى، وين عرب وين عرب وانت يا زلمة وين عرب. ما تخاف من الله ما تخاف من الله كويت بليل ما تخاف من الله. وين يا حبيب وين يا حبيبي تاركني ورايح وين يا حبيبي. حظ ونصيبي حظ ونصيبي ريتك من الله حظ ونصيبي. فلسطينيين 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 وبدنا نحمي هالبلاد. فلسطينيين 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 وبدنا نحمي هالبلاد. اليوم 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 عيدك يا بلدي عيدك يا بلدي عيدك. نفرح ونقابل بعضنا نفرح ونقابل بعضنا وعلمنا فوق الراس لك فوق الراس. كل الناس هلوا بأفراح يابا كل الناس هلوا بأفراح. أفراح عيدك يا فلسطين فلسطينيين. عاشت بلادي الأرضية عاشت بلادي الأرضية عاش قائدها العظيم قائدها العظيم. إلك من قلبي تحية، إلك من قلبي تحية، صح نغني يا فلسطين، نغني يا فلسطين. كل الناس كلهم أفراح، يابا كل الناس كلهم أفراح، أفراح عينك يا فلسطين، فلسطين.
أهلا وسهلا بالجميع، بنرحب بيكم ونورتونا فريق المركز والضيوف، واحنا لسه يعني ما بدناش يعني. We welcoming everybody and we haven't started yet, so but we still waiting for more people and when the time comes we will start. أهلا وسهلا ديفيد. Hello ديفيد.
Hi. Salam alaikum.
عليكم السلام. هلا ديفيد.
Hi.
Hi Chris. So we just give a
Is Chris here? Oh, welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, it's good to see you, Chris. Welcome.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Chris was a very early supporter of PTC and organized a magnificent concert for us in a very big religious place called Coventry Cathedral, and raised a lot of money. So he's an old friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Mel is here from Haringey, North London. I think I saw you up here, Mel. Who else from the UK? Let's have a look. Anna, I think, is Anna Sethi from, and Dinny and Mary from North Hearts. David from the British Shalom Salam Trust. Wonderful to see you here. Who else? They're all piling in now. And Ashok, there you are.
Yeah,
See you.
Anna's not available at the moment, so I'm on my own.
So Anna is not around.
Now, Ollie, are you an old friend? Somebody we haven't met for a few years, but we met up with, I don't know, about 5 or 6 years ago?
Yes, yes, I remember Oli,
Yeah.
in the cafe.
Good. And Roy's here. That's great. And a number of our trustees. Imam, you've got a child with you. A little child with you, Imam.
هيك أعطينا كمان وصلة هيك
سلام.
Can I ask us all to unmute and show our appreciation, please?
برافو.
Thank you. That was a real treat, and we're very grateful. And it's so good that this is local, this is Gaza, this is live, and this is for us here in the UK to enjoy as a special privilege. So thank you very much. Shukran kthir. And I'd just like to say a quick message from our secretary in the UK, Dennis Hawes, some of you know as Dinny, simply Ahlan wa Sahlan, which is welcome for everybody.
Thanks.
Now, I want to say two things before we just carry on. First, as a kind of introduction, we've got, I think, about 14 people from Gaza with us, and that's far more than I expected, which is absolutely wonderful. And I want to give them the opportunity to say something as soon as possible. We've actually got two presentations to give you, but I want the Gaza people to take this opportunity to communicate with us, if we can please have that. Two things. Please be aware that this webinar is being recorded. It will just go into our own archives. Secondly, if you would like to say something, would you please send a message in the chat? So instead of just barging in, announce that you'd like to say something, and then you will be given space. No need to save it up until the end. We can, interrupt. We can have a discussion while things are going on. So, what are we here to do? I think, first of all, to tell our friends in the UK what is going on and how we've got through the last year. And I hope that's going to be informative. What I'd like to do is to give a short introduction now, it won't be more than 5 minutes, and then hand over to my co-host, Mohammed. And maybe, Mohammed, we can ask for questions or comments from anybody in Gaza. And then we'll hear from Dr. Omar in Gaza, who is the supervisor for the projects on the ground. So if I can actually start with a quick introduction, there are two groups of people here in the UK, some who know very little about us and some who have been old friends. So I just want to do a short presentation. I hope it works. I'm no good at this kind of thing, so bear with me, please. The first thing I want to do is to just look at what I have called the Solidarity Network. Basically, everybody who is connected to us on a regular basis. I think the key word is solidarity. Over the years, we have found that you cannot talk about mental health work without looking at the context that is producing the mental health problems. And that context, whether we like it or not, is political. We are obviously... Oops, sorry. By the way, do mute, please, if you are not speaking. Thank you. I just want to check through, see if I've left anybody out. If there's anybody here who thinks they've not been mentioned. I've mentioned Chris Connolly from Coventry, but I didn't put him in the list, although he is a great friend and you know, he should be there really. The point is that what the supporters are doing is making themselves part of a support network, which is saying that we will be there to support these people undergoing this terrible siege that is destroying the lives of people inside Gaza. You're part of that network. Now, the other part of that network, and by the way, if you look at that list, you can see that it covers the three major religions. We have representatives from the Jewish faith, the Islamic faith, and the Christian faith. They're all there, and those of no belief. So this, I think, is hugely important as far as we're concerned. But the other, and I think crucial thing, is our academic professional links, because this is a trauma center. It is not only receiving some kind of help and supervision from the UK, not much supervision, but just enough, but it is also doing its own research. We are enormously grateful that Birmingham University is doing a research project on the focusing that is part of the therapeutic work inside Gaza. And this has become a unique sort of thing, which has been also noted by an organization in the USA, the International Focusing Institute. So we've got that academic interest as well. The other group I would like to mention as part of an important network is the UK Palestine Mental Health Network. And I recommend all of you to have a look at their website, to have a look at their YouTube site, which has their various webinars on it, because what is happening there is that people with an interest in mental health, actually all over the world, not just in the UK, are using the UK Palestine Mental Health Network as another resource. And so that is part of the Solidarity Network. Guido Veronese, many of you may already know, who has been into Gaza and has done his own family therapy-based work there, and is a very good friend of PTC. So everybody here is part of a solidarity network. That is the message. What has happened in May in 2021 is something very important and very special. And I'm going to come on to the main event, which was the bombardment of Gaza in May in a moment. But as a result of that bombardment, we had 4 different organizations get in touch with us. MCA, the Muslim Community Association, which has provided an enormous number of funds, amount of funds to sustain the projects, in fact, not just sustain them, to actually extend them over the past year. Muntada Aid, who are going to support us later on this year and hopefully become our regular supporters, along with a wonderful organization called 13 Rivers Trust, which is based in East London, and the Blossom Trust, a small group of women who want to contribute something. That has been enormously important. It has rescued us from a desperate situation in terms of finance, and we hope that that's going to continue. 3 events I want to mention over the past year. On the left, you can see a poster. It's mostly in Arabic. And this is because there is now an online network across the Arab world which brings therapists together. It's hosted by the PTC UK team and is disseminating the work that PTC does. It is holding conferences and training sessions. And so this network of solidarity is spreading across the Arab world. It is amazing. And we may hear more about that later. The second thing to mention is Friday of Joy, which many of you know is the activity which goes out onto the streets. because of the money we have been able to get from the organizations listed above, we have been able to increase the number of days when Friday of Joy operates. It has now become Days of Joy. So it looks as if we are getting a kind of stimulus to expand. Now, I want to put in a word of caution here. We don't want to expand too much. Otherwise, we're going to set up problems for ourselves in terms of administration. Maybe we'll come back to that later. The last thing I want to mention is that we do attend events organized in the UK. There's one on the right there called War on the Mind, which shares the work that we do with other organizations, other therapists, and so on. That is continuing in spite of COVID. It continued online, and we hope that it's going to continue later. You may remember our projects. There they are. The four basic ones. Therapeutic sport is basically linked to Friday of Joy. Pictures tell you all you need to know. I won't go into them in detail, but you can, of course, ask questions about them later. A little bit of history for those of you who are new to PTC. Dr. محمد الطويل set up PTC Gaza in 2007, before anybody in the UK knew anything about it, really. The family therapy project was the only project that was going around that time, and in 2009 it was set up officially. We started in 2010 simply as a UK-based group to support professionally the people inside Gaza who were conducting the therapy work at PTC Gaza. That's all we were meant to do. 2014, Friday of Joy started. This was entirely set up by Jabba and others as a street-based project. The focusing project was something that was developed jointly between people in this country and in Ireland, actually. Mary Jennings in Ireland and Jerry in this country, and the team in Gaza, who put together something which was absolutely unique, absolutely special to the culture and people of Gaza. So those are the projects. Now, 2019, we had some trouble, which I'm now going to go into. 2019, we had two crises that happened together. Let's look at the one on the right, PTC Gaza. Now, two trustees inside Gaza decided that they would take over the center, and they were not, I'm afraid, responsive to any sort of negotiations from us. What happened was that their bank account was frozen because the bank account was based in Ramallah. And we came to a decision that our staff, who were under some kind of, I would say, threat at that time, should leave the center and come under our protection at another location. Now, this other location was Nur al-Marifa, which is a school that I visited when I was in Gaza. Mohammed knows very, very well. And we knew the people there. To cut a very long story short, our staff moved into that location. They have been there since 2019, and we are most grateful to Nur al-Marifa for what they have done. So that is what happened. And it meant, unfortunately, that PTC UK had to take over direct control in a way that has been, to be honest, somewhat burdensome. And we hope one day that a new organization can be set up. But that's very much for the future. Now, at the same time this was happening, our main funder, Interpal, came under sustained attack, politically motivated, but attack which can come through the banks. If an organization or an individual is labeled as being a sanctioned entity, that means that it is seen as somehow unsafe for banks to support or have any dealings with. It does not meet what they call their risk appetite. Interpol was completely unfairly, I repeat, completely unfairly targeted on this. This was driven by the United States Reserve, Treasury, which was in itself influenced by the CIA. Now, I come back to this network of solidarity. We cannot get away from the fact that our context is political, and that we are, even if we don't want to be political, we are going to be under political attack. And so we've got to be aware of this and sort of make very careful arrangements so that we are not ourselves vulnerable to these attacks. Now, I'm going to give you an example of one that's happened in the last year. Hamas has now been designated, as you probably know in the UK, officially as a terrorist organization. So we have now put in measures to show that we have absolutely no direct contact. That's not quite true, but sort of sympathetic contact with Hamas. But at the same time, we are also going to have to spend an extra £1,000 a year in making sure that all the money that is spent inside Gaza is checked, audited by an independent international organization. And that is the price we have to pay in order to continue to operate, which is why all you people giving funds are all incredibly important, because we've got new expenses related to this crisis. Now, I just want to mention the horrific bombardment of Gaza in May of 2021. I'm not going to go over the details of it. I want to look at the consequences of it. And maybe some of our funders, if you're with us here in the meeting, can comment on this. We had never been approached by so many Muslim organizations before. We had never received so much money before. After that 11-day May bombardment, suddenly, instead of having to scrape together bits and pieces every month, which is what we had been doing since 2019, we had enough to give Gaza's therapy team security for a whole year. Before that, between 2019 and 2021, we had been gathering money month by month, never sure that we would ever get enough. But that all changed after May 2021. Now, I've got a few theories about why this happened. But at the moment, I just want us to register that after that, suddenly, we got these wonderful donations, this one from 13 Rivers Trust that I mentioned earlier. Now, very quickly, in addition to all of this going on, everybody has had to cope with COVID, and maybe you would like to ask some questions about COVID later on in this meeting. The team in Gaza have been coping very well, doing a hell of a lot online. They've set up a hotline, and you can see a mama with her on the telephone there. There's been delivering of parcels for food and other aid-related items. They have also in Gaza developed a number of videos to do with doing, how can I put it, exercises, physical exercises inside your own home, if that's where you're trapped. And so, you know, you've got these little videos you can watch. The other thing that's happened, here's Feder, who's our storyteller, our Hakawati, who's usually out in the streets with hundreds of children telling stories. So what he did was that he set up something in his own home with his daughter, who you can see on the left there, in order to send out videos with storytelling, which people could watch on, usually on their mobile phones, actually, and somehow make contact there. The other thing, you can see the bottom pictures, there he is on his own in a square surrounded by flats in a little project that was called Windows of Joy, so that he went out and did his storytelling to children who would come out into the balconies in the area where you had flats. We have got the most imaginative, wonderful, out-of-the-box thinking team out there. You know, when a crisis happens, they come up with solutions. They are just brilliant. And there they are, as some of them. And you can see in the background something which is absolutely crucial to what PTC is all about, which is helping the helpers. And on the screen there, you can see Gazina, Belinda and Gwyn and, you know, Sarah, who are part of the support team in the UK, who talk to them every month, see how they're getting on. And I always finish, if I may do here, with this little point, and it comes back to the network of solidarity, which you people are involved in. And I'm talking about some of the PTC groups, PSC groups, like North Hearts, who are part of our solidarity network. Okay, we individually at PTC UK are interacting with a small group of people and giving them support. But we get messages every single time that when they hear, if there's a bombardment of Gaza, that there have been protests in London or New York or wherever it may be, they get this message of solidarity and it really perks them up because they realize that they are not forgotten. And those of you who are doing this activism in support of people who are being victimized in this way, then this counts not only as political support, but psychological support as well. And so there it is, the network of solidarity. We characterize it as a tree. We're all part, you know, of the branches of one particular tree at PTC UK. And you lot are part of that as well. In many ways, you're the roots. If you're raising money for us and supporting us in other ways like that, you are the roots supplying nurture and encouragement for that tree. So thank you very much. I'm going to see if I can stop sharing now. I'm just going to stop and ask whether anybody has got anything they would like to say or ask in response to the little presentation I've just given. Chris, carry on. Yeah.
Thank you for it. Thank you for the presentation. It was good to catch up again. What happened last year was terrible. I really am heartened by seeing the tree and seeing the funding come in. It's really strengthening, I hope, for everybody involved. I just wanted to say that, really. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much, Chris. Anybody else? Angela.
I just wanted to say, I thought your presentation was brilliant. I mean, it's not only what you said and what you told us, it was the manner in which it was presented. And I think it's the kind of presentation that would be of enormous value to numbers of charities who are working in areas which are not necessarily seen favorably by the general population, let alone politicians. I was down at JCB on Thursday, and it strengthened my arm to continue to protest there and to pick up on the Elbit factory at Shenston. So thank you. PTC is an inspiration, and somebody needs to say that.
Well, thank you, Angela, and your organization, Sumud, is as well. There's one of our key Arabic words, Sumud. Thank you. Anyone else? Now, Mohammed, where are you? my co-host. Don't disappear on me now.
Hi, David, I'm here.
Right, what shall we do next?
Your brilliant presentation. Okay, I think we just, before we go to Dr. Omar, just to say few words about what David mentioned. It's first of all, as David ended with his great presentation for the people outside the Gaza, the people who, some of them, and they came and they are with us now. They are the root of this support. And I would like, in behalf of the team in Gaza and the Palestinian in Palestine, occupied Palestine, thank all of them for.
Can we get rid of, because we're not meant to be having a presentation yet.
Dr. Omar, استنى شوي. Okay.
Okay, right, carry on.
So this is a really thanks we would like to say it for everybody who are supporting us and keep this support, not because they're for the Palestinian. As always, I'm saying this for justice and human rights and freedom everywhere. But this is people being under the occupation and uprooted from their historical villages for more than 70 years. So they deserve to live and to care for their children and to live in dignity and peace and freedom.
Okay, so Mohammed, I'm going to ask you to do something now because I think it's important. I feel that our friends in Gaza who don't speak English need to have a few comments about what has just been said, a little bit from me and a little bit.
Give them a space.
So if we can give them some space, that would be very good. We can sit back here in the UK and just listen to the Arabic, and you can talk, or Dr. Omar can talk. But I'd just like them to feel more part of what's going on here.
But just give me just 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes, of course.
About the team, really, they are doing very good. As I'm with them every day, day by day. And every week, like today, we give them like 1 hour to 3 hours following and supporting and supervising also. Also monthly, as David mentioned, they have a helper for the helpers. So we have a team from the UK to help them and to listen and to share and exchange experience. Personal and professional experience, and that's also really very important. So the team, as David mentioned in his presentation, they have very creative, very imaginative. They always, when they have a crisis, they can deal with it, and anything they've been sent there, whether money or techniques or therapeutic approach, they really use it very well. During the crisis and outside the crisis. This is really something we need to mention. The team, they are very good, and they have the therapy inside the center or outside outreach. They have the focusing family therapy and sport and the days of the joy. So they have all these, the basis of them, it's the family. So the family and the layers of the family. The community, the street, the school, the community. So always this is the basic and the fundamental issues we focus. And this is our strategy. We don't have an army of psychotherapists. We have a few of them, but they try to encourage and empower through their work and empower parents, empower the community figures. So in this way, we could reach as many they could. And really that was very successful. They reached thousands of people. One session or few sessions, so they have lots of things. And I think Dr. Omar will say more about this. I will give this later to Dr. Omar. So that's really, on top of that, also we have a YouTube, we have a social media. We try, and the team pass the messages to the community, how to deal with their parents. And we will show you a little of film later on, how the team really developed, and they are very good in this, and they try. they try to see all the time how they could pass the message in an attractive way so that people they can understand it in a very good way. So this is what the team doing, and now just give the team in Gaza space to comment on what David mentioned in his presentation, and if they want to say anything in Arabic or in English, you are more than welcome. فريقنا البطل.
Well, you and Omar talk in Arabic for a bit. Tell them about what has been said, and then see if we get some responses.
دكتور عمر احكي للفريق ايش حكينا سو يعني لحتى الان هيك باختصار دقيقة ونص.
اوكي هالو ايفري ون، يعطيكم العافيه يا جماعه.
لا احكي بالعربي اول
اوكي
شيء.
بالعربي بس لازم اسلم على الكل يعني. يعطيكم العافيه يا جماعه. سامعيني؟
تفضل دكتور عمر.
تمام يا دكتور اتفضل.
بالاول طبعا بدايه البرنامج الندوه حكى ديفيد عن انشطه في المركز من بدايته التاريخيه من 2009 لليوم. حكى الانشطه اللي بدا فيها من ايام الفاميلي ثيرابي ولحد الانشطه الحاليه، وطبعا حتى الصعوبات اللي مر فيها المركز ومشاكل اللي فيها نقص في التمويل، وكل هذا حكى بالتفصيل لهم. او على الرغم من هيك حكى انه المركز قادر على يستمر واشتغل لفتره معينه بامكانيات محدوده، لكن قدر انه يتغلب على الامكانيات هذه ويوفر دعم ولفتره معينه جايه ان شاء الله. وطبعا حكى شوي على الانشطه كلها اللي بنفذها المركز تاريخيا وحتى اللحظه هذه، ايش نفذ انشطه بدايه من الدعم النفسي لجمعيه الفرح لدعم او برامج التوعيه الاونلاين، كل هذا حكى عنه ديفيد بالتفصيل طبعا. وحاب يسمع رايكم انتم من غزه، ايش بتعقبوا على الحكي هذا اللي حكاه ديفيد، او اذا عندكم اي ملاحظه او عندكم اي مداخله على الموضوع.
ثانك دكتور عمر.
حد عنده مداخله يا جماعه؟ تفضل يا سعيد.
Thank David. Thank everybody here.
Okay.
We pleasure to see you again and again, and we feel proud that people in the British and a free world stand with us in our crisis under occupation and under siege here. Despite occupation and siege that we're suffering from here, but when we see free people in the world stand with us, we feel that that is a very good feeling, and feel that we are not alone here under occupation and under siege. According to the presentation David present it, we brought here as a team in Gaza in our war, especially we have take supervision from Dr. Muhammad and his team in his team in the British, his British team in England and UK, and every day Dr. Muhammad contact with us to supervision and to make inclusion and to give us information and update what we do and how can do it, and to consult us, and we consult him in few words. We thank you again, and we hope that your kindly stand with us, continue to not feel that we are alone, and that there are people stand with us. Thank you.
شكرا يا دكتور يا أستاذ سعيد. شكرا جدا.
Said. I think everybody should realize Said is not just a psychologist, he's also an author. I'm right there, aren't I? So we're very privileged to have him on the staff.
He has lots of skills, David. He's the one who did the last film.
Anybody else who just wants to say something in Arabic, which you can translate maybe for us in the UK?
ممكن أحكي دكتور عمر؟
تفضلي
تمام. أول إشي بتشكر وجودكم، وأول حاجة أكيد بنتشكر ديفيد على العرض اللي قدمه، وكمان بنتمنى له صحة جيدة، وإن شاء الله يا رب ما تنعد يعني عليه أي أزمة صحية تانية. كمان بتشكر ديفيد حاجة هي بعيدة عن العرض، بس أنا زي اللي شايفة هيك بالفيديو إنه ديفيد لابس إشي يوحي بالتراث الفلسطيني، فكان كتير يعني هيك سعداء إنه هيك هو يعني بيمثلنا. فبتمنى لما يعني تترجم لي دكتور عمر إنه التفتنا لللبس، بس ما بعرف إذا هو بالضبط جاي تراث فلسطيني تطريز ولا لا. كمان نتشكر وجودكم كلكم، وأكيد وجودكم هو دعم إلنا، هو الدعم إلنا بالأول، وأكيد دعمكم للمشاريع إنها تضلها وتستمر بغزة، ووقفتكم معنا هي أكبر دعم إلنا. وشكرا أكثر من هيك يعني، كتير شكرا وخلص.
I want to thank you all for your being with us now, especially David. Thanks for your presentation today. It was very good, and she want to thank you all for standing with us, for your solidarity, and we hope that your support will continue because we are with you, we're able to manage and continue. And she want to put something about David clothes, something traditional from Palestine, I think. Something, yeah, very nice. Really, we like it.
هذا أكثر شيء أسعدنا ديفيد. Very nice.
It's very nice.
Niveen mentioned that by wearing these clothes and the folklore, the Palestinian folklore, you are our ambassador for Palestine. So this is what Niveen, just to add what Dr. Omar mentioned. So you are representing the Palestinian for everything, but also from this clothes, you are very good to do that, and she is very happy.
Big like.
Anybody else?
أنا حابة أحكي.
تفضلي إيمان.
يعطيكم العافية ويسعد مساكم جميعا. بتشكركم جميعا لحضوركم، وبشكرك يا ديفيد كتير على العرض اللي أنت قدمته، ويمكن كمان هذا لو تم النظر له على أرض الواقع راح توصلكم الصورة بشكل أكبر. أنا بشكركم وبشكر مركز فلسطين وبشكر جميع الداعمين لمشاريعنا داخل المركز، وشكر جزيل لكم على البرامج اللي بتقدموها لنا في تطوير العاملين، انه يكون عندهم اكثر من برنامج يشتغلوا عليه، وهذا الاشي بيوسع خبراتنا وبيوسع شغلنا داخل المركز، وامكانيات المركز بتزيد، والافراد بصير توجههم للمركز بشكل اكبر. وبنحاول إحنا قدر المستطاع إنه إحنا نوصل لأكبر عدد من المستفيدين سواء في المجال الجماعي أو الفردي، لنوصل رسالة المركز ونوصل رسالة الداعمين للمركز ونفيد الناس بشكل أكبر. بشكركم جميعا، هذا اللي أنا كنت بدي أحكي.
Okay.
شكرا.
Thank you. Good evening all. Thank you for your presentation. Thanks for your support. And Iman said that with your support we are able to manage and we are able to provide service for a big number of people here in Gaza, children, women, and others. We are able to benefit and provide different programs and activities. And she thinks that a lot of people are benefit from these activities, and she hopes that it will continue by your support.
Thank you. This might be a good time, Mohammed, for Omar to do his presentation. That leads into it quite well.
Yeah, we'll come to this talking, and always we try to be our presentation more interactive. So we don't need to just give you lots of information. So like this. So you hear different voices, different messages. We hear from you. So that's Dr. Omar, تفضل.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I will tell you about some programs and activities for BTC OK, which is implemented in Gaza during the year 2021. And I will give you a short presentation, and then I can be listening about if you have some explanation, some question later. In 2021 year, BTC OK provide a lot of programs which help the people here in Gaza, especially during the last escalations. These programs varies from psychological intervention to entertainment, psychosocial support, and educational activities. I will tell you a little bit some numbers, some statistics about this activities. For example, for psychological intervention, especially CBT programs, BTC in Gaza here provide intervention for about 245 cases, individually and in group sessions, about totally 615 sessions, only in the year 2021. Different activities of entertainment and psychosocial support for children and their family, which is initiative Days of Joy, about 64 activities within the year, which cover and provide a big number, thousands of children was benefited from these activities. Sport psychological support program, which is this program use sports to provide support, especially for children, and about 200 children was benefited from this program. There is the educational and electronic awareness programs, which is provide online and by Facebook and by different YouTube. We provide about 900 activities within the year 2021. All these programs here in Gaza was co-sharing between different members of team. We are working here really as a family, a part of the family here in Gaza, and other half of the family in UK. Yeah, we can say our family here from UK and here from all the team from the Gaza. One of our programs is psychological support sessions for a traumatized family, especially in after the escalation in May, the last May, yeah. And this psychological intervention, such as cognitive behavioral therapy program, focus therapy, and psychosocial intervention activities. A lot of people was benefited from this program, children, their families, women, and this program was implemented in all Gaza Strip in cooperation with local society association, and we have some cooperation here in Gaza with local society. We can provide some of these activities within this society, and it is really they provide us with the cases who are need the help, and we can arrange this intervention in a group or individually according to the need of the case. The other is psycho education sessions for traumatized mother. Of course, we have this psychoeducation. Usually, we provide a lot of psychoeducational awareness program within Gaza, and we try to give the people something about their life, how to manage their problems, how to make a problem solving, how to make self-care, and these activities are usually in a group for women, for youth, for sometimes for children. We try to give the people some information about daily life activities, about some exercise can help them to manage their stress. One of the activities which BTC provided in Gaza is sport counseling session for children and youth. They use this sport and as a support, psychological support for the people, where the training course for children of about Kung Fu. As I said, about 200 child was benefit from this program. This program, from our point of view, is increase the self-confidence for children and improve their resiliency, and maybe give them some ability to cope with their life, their daily life stresses. As we said, there is also activities of education and electronic awareness. These activities usually give psychological service through media, and sometimes we are making a lot of training and lectures and some videos, which is kind of awareness, and as well as these activities through Facebook, YouTube, some workshop. We also arranged some campaign, about 7 campaign within the last year about kind of awareness, and we share with some events which is usually happen within the year, like the day for the children with autism, and the day for the International Day, and other events which is usually will happen regularly during the year. And also this activities and the program usually supervised by the team in UK, and also they have some kind of supervision here in Gaza. We have the team have supervised weekly by Dr. محمد, and monthly by the team in UK. And usually we discuss during supervision our obstacles, limitations in the work. We have some sometimes personal issues, some kind of debriefing, especially after the last escalations. And really the team was benefit very good from this supervision and from helping the helper with the helping of the team. And this team usually, we feel they are, as I said, they are one like family of us, and we share with them a lot of issues. And we hope your solidarity will continue in the future also, to be able to continue, because really the people in Gaza here needs our work, needs our programs, and it is really a lot of people who has benefits from programs, and we hope that these programs will be in the future for a long time, and have long term funding, which is usually sometimes we are not able to continue because of shortage of funding, and we hope that we will be able to continue with your support. Thanks. If you have any question.
شكرا دكتور عمر، يعطيك العافية. Okay, so any question, any comments in Arabic and English regarding to what Dr. Omar, the field supervisor in Gaza? Any comments, any question?
He needs a big round of applause for his work.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. You are always in our heart, in our mind and heart and soul.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
كريس بالمناسبة للشباب اللي بيعرفوا عربي، بيحكوش إنجليزي كتير. يعني صديق فلسطين وصديق الحرية والعدالة والإنسان، يعني دائما يعني موجود رغم يعني الظروف الصحية اللي بمر فيها. thank you Chris for everything, and always you are supporting us and the team.
I do little now, but many more people know about you now. I have contact with maybe 11 different groups all over the world. And everything that I see online, I share. So your word is being spread every day.
Good, excellent. You are the good ambassador, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
Want to try the film?
Sorry?
We want to try the film now.
Yeah, David, you want to say something about the film? Now you understand it, so you can.
Well, sort of. You're going to watch a 3-minute film, okay? And it's in Arabic, but you will be able to follow what is going on. It's a film that was designed to help parents and to really instruct them as to how to help their children who are anxious when they are studying to take an exam. Right, not an unusual situation, I'm sure many of you know. The film used the Friday of Joy, Days of Joy team as actors in the film. And I think you can follow what is going on, even though it's in Arabic. It sort of shows the parents what not to do with an anxious child, and then what they should do with an anxious child. So this is one of the psychological support videos that went out to people. What else should I say, Mohammed?
The key message about this film to educate the parents through the team in Gaza. They used to do this, and then but by video they will send the message. Your kids is their well-being. The well-being of your children are most important than the academic achievement. So because some parents, they are stressed, and they are stressed, and they are worried and concerned. They put this stress on their children. But the key message here, your well-being of your children is the most important here. So rather than just focus on the marks and the scores and the achievement, and then they put more pressure on the kids. So you will see this in the film, in the way the team developed this, and I will thank Saeed and his team and for doing this lovely and creative film. Okay, sharing the video.
طبعا امتحانات ابنائكم على وشك البدايه، وبنعرف قديش انتم قلقون على ابنائكم، وهذا من باب حرصكم وخوفكم على ابنائكم. والكل يتمنى بان يحصل ابنائه على الدرجات العلى وان يكون في اماكن متقدمه، ولكن بدنا نعرف
تجيب كل العلامات مسكره 100%، سامع؟ ولا علامه ناقصه، مش تسود وجهك زي كل مره قدام اعمامك واخوالك وخالاتك ولاد خالك ولاد عمك، جيب زيهم كل علامات مسكره، سمعت؟ ولا علامه بدنا ناقصه، هذه قلت لك.
وليس بالضروري ان يفهم بالكيمياء، ومنهم الرياضي ليس بالضروري ان يتفوق في الفيزياء. ان حصل ابنائكم على درجات عليا فهذا شيء عظيم، وان لم يحصلوا على الدرجات المأمولة فلا تجعلوهم محط سخرية، ولا تجعلوهم محط مقارنة بأصدقائهم بأقربائهم بأبناء عمومتهم. لا تجعلوا ولا تفقدوهم ثقتهم بأنفسهم. وأختم هذه الندوة: امتحان واحد وعلامة سيئة ليس بالضروري أن يكون نهاية المطاف والحياة. وهيك إن شاء الله بنكون خلصنا ندوتنا لهذا اليوم، ونراكم في الأسبوع المقبل إن شاء الله في محاضرة أخرى. أن يكون خبير في الرياضيات، منهم مدرس التاريخ وليس بالضروري أن يفهم بالكيمياء، ومنهم الرياضي ليس بالضروري أن يتفوق في الفيزياء. سخرية ولا تجعلوه محط مقارنة بأصدقائهم، بأقربائهم، بأبناء عمومتهم. لا تجعل.
انت مستعد للامتحان يا محمد؟ شكلك خايف يا بابا؟ طيب ماشي يا بابا. انا المرة هذه مش هطلب منك علامات كاملة في كل المواد، ولا حقارنك في ولاد عمك ولا ولاد خالك ولا حتى ولاد الجيران كمان، تمام؟ انا مش هربط حبي حتى كمان فيك في العلامات، انا بحبك لانك انت ابني حبيبي، والعلامات والامتحانات محطة زي اي محطة في الحياة. وانت ما شاء الله عنك يعني شاطر في الرسم وشاطر في الرياضة وحتى التاريخ، صلاة النبي عليك، يعني انت ما شاء الله عليك بتحفظ تواريخ كتير، وانا يا حبيبي فخور فيك ان شاء الله وحرفع راسي فيك. تمام يا سان؟
بابا جبت الشهادة كلها حلوة.
شوف يا بابا، ما شاء الله ما شاء الله، العلامات كلها ممتازة. ممتاز يا بابا، جدع، أنا فخور فيك يا بابا، وإن شاء الله حجيب لك جائزة هيك تستاهلها عشان العلامات الحلوة. الله يحميني إياك يا رب.
Okay. Thank you for everyone who created and contribute to this really film. And this is in Arabic. Mostly we try to translate sometimes just to show the people outside what the team they are doing in Gaza to support the people there. شكرا جزيلا أيها الفريق العظيم.
شكرا دكتور. شكرا ديفيد.
Are the actors here?
وين الشباب يا جماعة؟ علاء طبعا اسم الشهرة علوش. تفضل
حبيبي نكنيم علوش.
لما لقيت ان نعمل لك شهرة كمان في بريطانيا يعني علوش. She tried to tell me every time. Invite me, I will come to the UK to make more events.
Thank you. مرحبا دكتور، مرحبا لكل الداعمين لقطاع غزة، كل الحب لكم. شكرا لهذا الاجتماع اللي باقينا راحة نفسية انه احنا كنا روح واحدة وعطاء واحد وعمل واحد. نعم سمعنا دكتور؟
سمعك. تفضل علاء تفضل.
نعم احنا كل الشكر لكم. طبعا احنا كفريق ايام الفرح نرسم البسمة على وجوه الاطفال في قطاع غزة المهمشين اللي في مناطق قريبة للحدود الفلسطينية. فكتير مبسوطين للعمل الجميل هذا الدؤوب بدعمكم المستمر. لكن استمرينا في الإنجاح كسوشيال ميديا إلى توجه إلى جودة الحياة وإلى الأفلام القصيرة الهادفة لتوعية الطفل وتوعية الأهالي كيفية التعامل مع أطفالهم وكيفية العمل في السلبيات الموجودة. فهذه كتير كان روح حلوة. لكن كل الفريق يعمل، إحنا كأيام الفرح كل الفريق. طبعا أنا مش مبين في الفيديو لكن دكتور نيفين عارف إن أنا كنت حامل الضوء. فجميعا
المهم هذه
يعني احنا كنا روح واحده وهدف واحد، وكنا كل هدفنا انه كمركز فلسطين للصدمه بريطانيا نكون كنا نفس نفس وروح واحده لارسال الرساله اللي انتم حابين توصل للشعب الفلسطيني. شكرا لدعمكم. لكن احنا بنتمنى انه كل الافلام هذه اللي بتنعمل تكون مترجمه باللغه الانجليزيه تحت كشعار خط، ايش ما يتكلم يترجم
ان شاء الله.
وشكرا.
علوش علاء his name and nickname علوش. Thank everybody and thank all the supporters for the days of the joy, the Palestine Trauma Center in the UK and the team in Gaza. And they try to draw the happiness on the faces of the children who live really in poor area, in marginalized area. So they try their best in the street. And the team of the Friday or Days of Joy, they try to change the meaning of the streets in Gaza. So you know the streets in Gaza, there's lots of troubles and sadness. and a few things there. So by the team, they are doing this more, not just one event. Before, as David mentioned, it used to be Friday of Joy. Now Days of Joy. They try to do two events every week. So they try to make happiness. The demand is too high, to be honest with you. But the team really, they try their best to deliver their activities. It's mixed, not just, it's like sport, they are storytellers, they are lots of activities, sport and exercises, and it makes sure that children, they will like it. They sort of like a drama, fun, all of this. It's in the event, which about 2 hours. So Alush tried to say this is we try to also to provide and to develop some videos to send the messages to the people in Gaza to they can benefit also from this throughout the social media. So he thank you again, and he thanks all the team. They are working as a one team, and he wish he can see sometimes availability of translating all of this in English also. What they can do, not just in Arabic, in English, to be able for you to know what they are doing. But this is now the opportunity to tell you what they are doing through this event. Shukran, Alush.
Shukran, Alush. Let's just see if we can move back to the UK for a bit and then maybe have some more interaction. I want to mention two things that have risen as a result of getting a little bit of money this year, which we hope will continue. We can never guarantee it. Now, the first thing is, and Colin Egan is here, who is technically really sort of supervising this on the trustees side. We're going to have a new website. It's going to look great. We've already got a new logo, which I think many of you will have seen on the presentations already. That is in the process. The website is in the process of being put together. So that is an enormous
David, do you want to share the website? Still, I think it's not complete, but do you want to show the website? Or Colin, if up to you, if you find just to tell.
Are you able to do that, Mohammed?
Yes. So,
and if Colin wants to comment, then Colin can comment.
Just give me 1 second.
With me, I'll just get it up.
Oh, you see, we've got a competition now.
No, well, you can do it by all means.
Yes, do it. I give you access, Colin, so you can do it from your end.
I can't remember where I put it.
Okay.
No, if you want, I will see if I can be before you.
I've got it up.
Okay, good.
If you can put it so that I can share the screen.
Yeah. I give you the access. You can share it.
All right, okay. Tell me when I'm sharing. Can you all see the website now?
Well, it's promising that you've started. Yes,
you can. Good. Right. This is the home page is more or less finished. In this top left-hand corner, you can see the new logo, which we've taken a lot of time and trouble to develop. The logo now belongs to us. We've actually paid some money for it, which means, I'm being approached by a dog, which means in the future, if we wish, we can use it for merchandising. So you can put it on T-shirts, you can put it on pencils, you can put it on mugs, you can beam it to outer space and it'll still look good. The whole idea is it can be tiny or massive, as small or as big as you like, and we can use it for whatever we want. So that's the new logo. We kept the dove and we tried to install the Palestinian colours in the background as much as we could. Because it's the UK Palestinian Centre about UK, Now to talk about it, that's the logo anyway. Now we have a big banner. The image that you're looking at now will probably change because this is what you call a stock image, which we've got from somewhere like that, which we can use, but if we do, I'd rather sort out copyright for it. And then everywhere you go, you will see the big in the top right here, the donate button, which hopefully is now working very securely. Oh, the website is a secure website as opposed to the old one, which was insecure, which we can now hopefully keep it that way. There's quite a few other things here. There's some logos about events, which will come up later on, what we do, how people can help us. All of these are under development, news, contacts, and so on. As we scroll, the idea of this homepage, web page, is to make it a happy page and to really draw people in to have a look at what we do and our work and how they can help us in whatever way they can. So we're saying as much as we can, big images, few words, but what words are there are powerful. And we have spent a lot of time with the other person who's been doing this with me is a guy called Chris Tilley. He's actually done all of this work in the background, what we're looking at, or the foreground, what we're looking at. My work is more background. And Chris has done some fantastic work with these images for us. So you then can click find out more. Scrolling down, now we've got just a few words. David and Mohammed have helped us with the wording. We spent many a time looking at these words and see what we can come up with to make them very, very powerful. Moving down again here, now this time, instead of scrolling vertically, we're going to scroll horizontally. So we've got a massive banner. We own that picture. That's one of our images. And we're now saying here, how you can help us. So it's and then we say really what PTC do, and there's a lovely picture there of two ladies with a child. Now I'm going to scroll horizontally. The next picture is again, we own it, trauma of conflicts that needs not last a lifetime. So we're trying to get people to come and have a look and see what we do. There's another, well, always you will see everything is lined up so that, I've tried to think of the word. No, I'm not going to use the technical word. Everything is lined up. So no matter where you go, you will always see everything in the same place. And the final banner is the one about the community work that we do, with the strength that we're dealing with. And again, we're asking people to come and have a look with this button here. Now, as I scroll back down vertically, we have our partners who we work with. Each of these logos should be a link to their websites. And we scroll down yet again, and we have, here we go, a section is it's a black banner basically, and this is where we are asking people to help us, and this is what you can do to help us. And again, you can link from here. If you wish to give us money, please do, and you can link here. This is something that I'll be working on very soon. Frequently asked questions. I'll be creating lots of imagined questions that people might ask with them, and then we'll give decent answers to them. And hopefully people can look at that to see the work that we're doing. Here's our core projects, scrolling down again vertically. So we have the family therapy. Again, if you want to read more, which we hopefully can, focusing here, and the days of joy, each with images above them and a little bit of writing. What the format is, it's called the journalistic approach. And in a journalistic approach, your paper, your newspaper, grabs your attention by an image and then a little bit of writing, the heading. If you wish to know more, then you read more. And that's the whole idea of this, the journalistic approach. So now we're moving towards the bottom of our homepage and we're saying, there we go, you can help us. And at the bottom, we just have all the blurby stuff that I'm involved with: charity commission, company's house, fundraising regulators, so on, policies, which I tend to do, cookies, we're going to be looking at soon, compliance, I deal with all of this sort of stuff, everything under governance and so on. Contact us, that'll be David. The other thing that we have that I nearly forgot, somewhere, we have here just a small link to social media. Social media is something personally I'm not keen on, because I think it should be social, but I do accept it has a place. And in the future, it's a way that we should be looking to encourage people to look at our work, and we will be expanding the social media from just Facebook to Twitter, Instagram, and as many as we can think of. So that they'll be expanding.
Thank you.
That's just the homepage. I haven't gone any further, but
I think it looks wonderful. But let's just, I've got one question here from the chat. Does the website have a translation facility?
We should be able to do that. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you, but the answer to it, I feel, should be yes.
Well, that's great. And you know, that's something
to look into, to check out, though.
Be really good to look into. And thank you, Martin Francis, for the question that you put in the chat. Thank you very much, Colin, for that. That's really good. Can we just move on, because I realize that the meeting has gone on quite a long time now. I just want to mention very briefly that there is in production at the moment, they're gathering together some photographs which Roy Milani and Reem, who I think is here, are hoping to work with Mohammed on in terms of putting together a virtual exhibition. Now, I think this could be really exciting, another way of promoting the activities inside Gaza to an audience here in the UK. Roy, Reem, do you want to say anything about this and how it's going so far?
Thank you, David. Reem, shall I start? This has emerged out of a project that Reem and I have been working on for quite a while now, and it's about giving refugees a voice without using words, so giving refugees a voice through photographs that they may take. And it started as a project where Reem and I were working in person with refugees and running photography workshops with the idea of traveling worldwide and exhibiting those photographs worldwide. And COVID came along and kind of put paid to that. And actually what it did was make us think in a more digital way and think about how we might make this project work online. And actually what that does mean is that we will hopefully get a gallery that will work worldwide. Kindly, David and Mohammed have agreed to help us with the start of this project. And so what it is going to be is we will gather volunteers and refugees to encourage and work with people to offer us photographs, telling stories of their lives, so that we can make those untold stories and those unheard voices foreground them more. particularly with people who are not likely to hear or listen to those stories. I'll try and show you what a virtual gallery looks like. This is the kind of thing that the gallery would look like. This is a tiny example of what our gallery might be like. And there are photographs that we took with the refugees, actually, that we worked with took. And so the visitor will be able to wander around a gallery. The images will have text and stories alongside them. We may have video and audio along with this. That's the ambition. We have got interest from a broadsheet, and we hope to launch early in June during World Refugee Week. That's kind of the strength of it. Reem, could you come in and help me out here, because I'm drawing. You're muted, Reem.
Yeah, I know, sorry. No, I don't think you need to help me. I mean, you've said it mostly, but we're very excited by the potential of this because, you know, not only are we going to see stories that we don't really know about, but we're going to hopefully give them some sort of exposure and just sort of contribute to the debate around and the storytelling around refugees, and sort of maybe, you know, sort of encourage a proper better debate around that. So we have that sort of editorial. Hopefully it'll be of artistic value in itself, but we hope it'll have a further value of actually encouraging debate and proper representing stories from refugees around the world. And our focus with you, I mean, it's been great that you've been so receptive to this, is that we can do something very special with PTC around here as well.
Thank you very much, because I think it's an exciting project. Now,
and
look,
David,
everyone.
I believe there is an ambition to have a physical exhibition here in London, which we'll work on as well, I hope.
It's a hope. And yes, definitely. Look, we've had 1.5 hours. Does anybody want to ask us some questions? And that, if Omar or Mohammed, if you can just translate that for us to the people in Gaza. Does anybody want to ask a question?
تفضل يا جبر معنا.
في البداية بحب أشكر الجميع على الجهود اللي بيقدموها في خدمة الشعب الفلسطيني وتضامنهم معنا بشكل دائم. بحب أشكر أستاذ ديفيد دائما على جهوده مع المبادرة. ويمكن المبادرة من البداية يعني ما كانت تفرحها كثير بالشكل الموجود حاليا لولا الدعم المستقبل من ديفيد من الدكتور محمد. والحمد لله كل فترة بنمر في عثرات، بس الحمد لله نقدر نرجع نمشي ونتقدم أكثر وأكثر. الحمد لله احنا حابين دائما انه نطور من قدراتنا من قدرات الفريق، وان شاء الله بجهودكم وجهود كل الناس المشاركين ان شاء الله راح نتطور اكثر واكثر.
Okay, I want to thank you all for your support.
يحب يقطع علينا اقتراحات برضه جديده، ده في عنده
الصوت مش واضح يا جب. اوكي. خليني اترجم لهم اللي حكيته. ماشي؟
كويس.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you all for your support, and especially David for his efforts in developing of the initiative of Days of Joy, and really with his support, we was able to continue and to develop our activities. And thanks for Dr. Muhammad about his support also. And we hope that we will try in the future to develop our work to be able to reach more people, more children who are need our activities, need our psychological support. And I hope by your support we will be able to continue and manage all the obstacles that we face.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jabba. Shukran Jabbar. And thank you, Omar.
Thanks.
Mohammed, anything else for us to say?
I want you maybe to hear from the team who you usually all the time support the team in Gaza. Sarah, Dini, Gazina, Belinda. Gwen, I think she left us, but if they want to say anything and how it looks and how it feels to them while they are supporting the team in Gaza. So if they can say some words, it will be good.
Well, I don't want to speak for the others. I just want to say that we are glad that we can be with the team in different ways and forms, because during the pandemic, we had a slightly different forum, a bigger group, and now we have resumed to a more intimate setting, and that allows for more personalized supervision discussions. And if I would have to summarize it, it has become much more reciprocal. So the team in Gaza also wanting or feeling perhaps more confident also in requesting to hear about us and how we work in the UK in different settings. And yeah, it's just one of the developments I really enjoy, that the mutual discourse between both teams is getting more, yeah, perhaps more personal, more intimate, more open and more daring in a way. And I want to thank the team, yeah, for sticking with us and for always being ready to engage with us.
Okay, yes, thanks. We want to thank you also, Jasir.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, the team, for sharing. We appreciate that too.
Well, look, thank you, everybody, every single person here, for being part of this solidarity network. And long may it continue, although it would be nice if one day a lot of its work becomes redundant.
Yeah.
I'm sure you agree. Anything else to say? No? Shukran ktir. Ma'a salama.
Shukran. Thank you all. Thanks.
Shukran jazila.
Shukran.
Shukran.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
شكرا للجميع. شكرا. شكرا للجميع.
Thanks you all the team.
Thank you, Mahmoud.
Thank you.